Okay, let's get another one going, and I'll play one more, and we'll see what's going on with it. If we'll get a game in,
I don't know what my role is. I guess I'm.
you can
Go, Brian. Let's go.
Give me a move.
Give you a move.
Yeah,
It's pawn.
fast.
Pawn. D4.
Okay.
Play London.
They'll like go away.
Show me a good London.
All right. Well, I mean, I shouldn't play at all if that's the case.
Show me a London.
Yeah, a London, that works. Okay, I believe c3 is okay there. And I think it's knight d2, because you still want to watch that, and you want the knight to protect the queen in the event of this stuff.
I want to see this part of the London.
Okay, and then I want to go a3, so if he goes b5, I'm going to go rook c1, so the bishop can come here if he goes bishop f5. And I still have f3 and g4 at some point. And this is just like a position. And like, why are you doing that? Like, I'm just going to get a tempo off of you. Go away. Right, like that's free time for me. I don't care if he went knight h5 there. I'm going to go knight e2, and it's like it's a close position anyway. But if you're not, I feel like now is a good time for g4. And e5 is the break you're supposed to have. But I feel like I'm okay here. I'm just going to mosey the king and castle by hand, and then figure out what I'm going to do later. Like, he's not doing anything, so I have time to like just do whatever I want.
Figure out what to do later.
Yeah, it's no hurry. Okay, he wants to do that, so let's go ahead and not. This has served its purpose, and now I want to get it back. And the difference is I can do that, boss. No e5 for you, e4 for me. And if we want to go this way, that's fine, because I have space, you don't. You want to keep doing this? We can keep doing this. I can keep doing this. Sit there if you like.
Okay.
And
I can kind of see how you process here a little bit. Kind of.
And there's no problems.
Covering base points and shuffling.
Clap, 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 clap. What is problem? No. I have all day and you do not. It is okay. How do I get the knight from point A to B? That's how I do it. You want to go there? Think about it.
What?
Gotcha. And
A little bit of finesse. Jesus.
I mean, most of playing a solid opening is doing this kind of stuff. I had knight h5. Have it again. So how can we get him to keep doing that? Oh, missed it. Okay. Now we'll just flag him. Oh, we won't? And they get frustrated playing these games, but like 3-0 time control. I mean, it's a solid opening. If you're going to play London and your opponent knows what they're doing, he knew what he was doing in the game. He got a reasonable position. You got to play and play and play and play and play until they crack. And I'm typically going to be better than a 2100 that has... I mean, he's got a 2300 rapid rating, so he's clearly not a dunce. But he hasn't played much in Bullet, which shows he probably doesn't like it. And that comes down to a Bullet scramble. If it was 3-2, it would be a draw all day long. But 3-0 has this sort of dynamic, which I exploit all the time when playing against players who don't like the scramble. So that
was a...
But I mean, I missed a win with knight h5 at one point.
But that was the crack that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. And I think you're in the middle of pre-moving or something.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was focusing on clock at that point and didn't really care about consequences. And I got the type of position that I was aware of to play here. And, I mean, the engine, like, it doesn't like a lot of London system positions, so I don't really care about the evaluation there. And notice how I'm like, okay, I just have a push, so we're going to try to make that push work. And when he did that, I'm like, well, only I can break in the position, so I'm okay with the long-term repercussions of this. And h4 was definitely better, because if they take, we can take there, and then this dynamic is hopeless. So I missed h4. I wanted to play it, but I thought I had the availability to do it at any time. And then this is just trying to optimize pieces and assure that his knight's going to be useless. And sometimes shuffling is for the sake of giving your opponent the opportunity to go wrong. I got a little bit of something to work with that imbalance. So now it's trying to work the clock as much as possible.
Yeah, there's not a single pawn move from this point on until g6.
Until I had to.
Yeah.
And I mean, the engine starts liking black because I'm giving opportunities, but it's like, what is he doing with his opportunities? And I'm looking for knight g3.
What's really cool is the moment coming up here. Might be a minute. That's a nice way to find counterplay.
Knight e2. He's like zugged. It's knight g3. Now rook h6. Okay, king g2. The engine does that when it doesn't see anything and it's just making stuff up.
+5, shuffle.
Yeah. Finally, you won a pawn. That was one of those things, like, it gets ridiculous at times when it's like, oh yeah, you're completely winning, are you? Really?
So, here.
Yeah.
No. When you verbalized, how do I get you to do that again?
Yeah. Because if they did it once, they'll do it again.
I never thought of chess that way, or at least blitz.
Yeah, because like if he blundered into it once and it's a static position, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shuffle until I can get knight h5 again because you clearly just freaking missed this. And I was like in the middle of like, okay, I've got a 10-second lead. And that's what I'm focused on. I know it's an equal position if he plays reasonably.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, you can't beat me here, so I'm just gonna flag the crap out of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I'm looking for him to do that again. But in the meantime, like I'm still trying to keep my time edge. So you can't spend too much time like lingering, looking for something, and I was lingering some, so I lost a good bit of my time edge when I was waiting on the opportunity to play it. I was trying to set up things, and I was like, at a certain point around here, I'm like, okay, I'm okay with trading rooks. I mean, right here, rook h2. I was just gonna like king e1 and just play fast.
Yeah.
But I have enough of a time edge that like I didn't believe that he would be able to keep up with me on the clock. And he got within a few seconds, but it's in a position to where he doesn't have any checks that like I'll pre-move king g2, and as soon as he goes rook g2 and I waste a second taking, I'm going to go king h1 and he's not going to have a follow-up knight check. And then I'm going to check you, and then I'm going to sack the rook checking on the following move because he doesn't have enough time. And that's like in this position when you have 2.2 seconds. If he goes rook g7, rook h1, if he went rook g2 immediately with having 2 seconds, I'm going to waste 2 of my remaining 5 seconds to take. And in that time period, my king, the cursor's already on the king. I'm going king h1 because there's no follow-up knight check on the subsequent move. And then I am going to play rook h6 followed by rook f6 because I'm going to take away key squares from the king and he can't pre-move around this king. So it's like certain
Blitz stuff.
That's bullet flagging on Lee chess too, and it's gamifying the system. You see very, very strong bullet players like Andrew Tang doing that type of thing all the time. So that I don't know, kind of an interesting, very solid, like how to flag somebody from getting a nothing position in the London system. London system 101, folks.